So we are back here with another video. Hello everyone. If anyone is here in the chat, let me know. Okay, let's get started. So welcome back everyone. My name is Sagar and today we are back with another live stream on contributing to Android open source projects. And we are done with contributing to Signal Android project and I think it's not a good time to contribute more PRs there because we already have a lot of open PRs and backed out for 1 or 2 years, but now they are back with Google Summer of Code. And let me show you how I found this. So you just have to go to summer.withgoogle.com and there are a lot of open source cool applications that are listed there, and if you are a student, or I guess it is for everyone who are not student, so then you can also apply there. So with Google Summer of Code they have these open source what we can say projects, or these open source organizations have a lot of tasks that they have to delegate to open GSOC applicants. So you can apply to Google Summer of Code, and then you can get selected for any specific organization like this Anki Android, and then you can start contributing to their requirement. So you can just go to this summerofcode.withgoogle.com. I hope you can see the screen, and from here you just have to go to past programs, and I guess the application is going to be open now. Let's go to past program 2024, and there you can select your technology, if it is AI, if it is mobile development, and right now we are gonna write here mobile development, and right now we are gonna write here Android, and there you can see another application that you can check out is this Kivix. Can check out is this Kivix. So Kivix is another open source school application that I have contributed to around 1 year back when I was contributing to open source in a lot. And here you can see an interesting part is this. If you can see, the image is still loading. So here it is Kotlin Foundation. So Kotlin, official Kotlin repository or organization also apply as also listed in this Google Summer of Code, and they have some this organization, and that will be very awesome for your resume and for your learning skills also. So make sure, if you are comfortable, you can just check them out. You can just check any project listed here. And okay, so today we are gonna do with Ankydroid. So Ankydroid is a flashcard application for Android, and you can create your flashcard, you can manage your decks, and there are a lot of learning things that are available with Anki Web, and you can sync your application with that. And before contributing to it, you are a user for this application. I use this application a little just for testing. I like For my use case, I cannot find any deck, or we can say uh, any flashcards that I can use to learn on this platform Anki Web, but I wanted to contribute because this project is in Kotlin, and I just used this application. I just downloaded it and used it for a while, and I found some bugs, so we can just solve that today. And before that, we are also gonna read this contributing.md file, because that is the important thing. We have to make sure whatever we are contributing, it is up to their expectations. Okay, so how you can decide if you want to contribute in that project or not. So there are 2-3 factors that you have to keep in mind. The first one is they should be active enough. Like you can see the recent PR, recent commit is just 2 days back, so that means they are pretty active. In 1 or 2 day, maybe they are accepting a pull request, maybe they are doing a commit by themselves, so they are pretty active. And next thing you have to check is this contributor. So there should be external contributors to that project, and that will help you make sure that your PR can get accepted if you are doing it the right way. And then the languages, so make sure the language you want to learn, or the domain you are working on, so make sure that is present here. Kotlin and Java should be your primary language for any Android project, and other languages can be there like HTML, JavaScript, and bunch of 1 or 2% is there, but primary language is Kotlin or Java, so that's fine. So we are going to contribute. And how you can open this project? I guess there should be steps. Okay, I think steps are not there, but still, you what you can do is you can just first of all just fork it. You can just click on the fork button and you can just create your own copy for this application. I have already created, so let me just show you that. Okay, it's still loading. I think I should have a better internet connection here. That's my bad. My internet just can't handle doing a live stream and doing this stuff parallelly. Okay, so here is the fork, and if your fork is not updated, make sure it is updated with the parent repository, that is Enki Android. And here what you can do is you can just go to the code, just copy the https, and then go to your Android Studio, and you can just create a new project from version control, just paste it here and your project will be created. And I have already opened it. If you can see here in the top bar, this is Enki Android project. And let's just get started. Okay, you might be having an issue when you first open this project. That will be related to some Gradle version, maybe 8.22, or whenever you are opening it. So what you can do is make sure your Android Studio is updated, and latest Gradle version is available in this right now. The latest Android Studio version, Ladybug new feature release or feature here, right in the top right bar, and there you will see the option, or you can just double click on shift, press help, and here you can see check for updates, and if there are any updates then a pop-up will be there, and make sure to update it. So once your Android Studio is updated, so you can just import this project and it will work for you. So just select Enki Android and it's gonna work now. Let me show you how the application looks like. Okay, so this is the Enki Android application, and right now I don't have any collection or cards here. So what we can do is either you can download any card from your Enki web and you can just import it here. It is as simple as that. Or you can just create it from here. You can add a card or you can add a deck. So what problem I found here? Simple problem that will be beginner friendly UI issue, just for just to make sure we are comfortable with the code base. So we are going to contribute to that. You can go to settings, you can just go here, we can write here test, and after writing something here we can just delete, or we can just click on this IME action button, that is tick mark. So once we click on this, the expected behavior is keyboard should close, but it is not closing. It is just what we can say, it is just clearing the focus this, and the text field focus is cleared, but the keyboard is still opened. So we have to just close the keyboard. That is it. And the main goal is to find the code for this settings. So once we are in settings, we can just see the searching mode, Okay, leaky canary is also installed for this application. That is pretty cool. But we have to find this settings screen. Okay, before that, let's just go to the documentation and let's see what they are expecting from us. Okay, this is verification of app, and in the contributing section we can just see the contribution wiki, or there is a contributing.md file here also. Let's open it. Let's open the parent also. Hi Sanjay, thank you for joining. Thank you for your comment. I'll try my best to keep these things up. And okay, in the contributing.md, uh, there is a development guide for wiki. Okay, let's open it also. So in the contributing MD, there is nothing, but there. So let's just go through it, and I'll try to explain all the important things that are mentioned here. Android is a free open source application. Okay, this application is available in all these app stores: Google Play, Amazon, Chrome, Android. Cool. These are other open source flashcard apps. We can try it. You can just check them out. So it is mentioned here. Okay, that is not a feature request that we are doing today, so we can also report an issue. Okay, let's go to the okay, they respect every issue with these tags it already, right? Okay, let's see if they have any commit related questions or not. Let's check. Once you have improved the code, commit it and send a pull request. It will then be accepted after the code has been reviewed. And the enhanced application will be available on the Android market. Thanks Sanjay. Thank you for joining. You are mentor in this. That's a pretty interesting thing. I hope I am doing it in the right path. This is how it should be done as far as I and see the branching model if you are unsure which branch to push to. Okay. Okay, I think they don't have any specific committing criteria, but I think first we should raise an issue for this. because this is a beginner friendly issue. And generally I have seen uh, maybe they won't accept a direct pull request. We can just add a issue, and we can attach a video in that ticket. So let's get started with the code. And now we have to go to the settings screen. So let's see if any logs are there. So logs are always helpful. Let's go to the settings screen. Let's see if any settings related log are there. Navigating to settings. Okay, there is a navigation drawer activity there. Let's just find this text. There it is. Okay, we found it. We have this open settings function that is launching the preference activity. Okay, so the name is preferences activity. And it is inside of preferences fragment. So we are having arguments, fragment name, and argument. So let's see what this preferences fragment contains. Okay, sure, Sanjay, I'll mention it. Just give me a second. Okay, this is the settings preferences that we want. So the issue is inside of this settings, and if you can listen me clearly. So when we click on search, when we write anything, and when we click on this IME action, so generally as it is a done icon here, so when we click on this, so the keyboard should close as the focus on our text, and the focus is also not here. So if we write anything, so this won't add anything in our text field, and the keyboard is also present, so that doesn't add up to the expected behavior. And that is the bug we are going to fix today. We just have to close the keyboard. It is as simple as that. And yeah, when we are just clicking on this IME action, the keyboard should close and other things will be cleared, like pressing the back or so. Let's get started. And here inside of this preferences fragment, we should have a search field. So let's directly jump if there is any. On search result clicked, there is a search preference result listener. Inside of preference activity also listener. Okay, there is nothing else. So that means the code is not inside of this class, this file. So we have to check somewhere else. Let us see. I hope the code is visible now. Bar. So toolbar is not what we want. We have a settings search view logic. Yeah. So let's see where we are using this settings container. There it is, fragment settings container. Okay, so where are we replacing this? On view created, we are setting the, and here we are updating the list. Okay, list view of this fragment. Okay, here I guess we are replacing it. So avoid reopening the same fragment if already present. We are having the current fragment of this settings container, and then we have a preference fragment. Okay, that is not true initially, and then we are initiating this fragment preference dot fragment. We are having the extras and we are doing this stuff. So where are we calling this function? Okay, that is not our custom function, that is from Android library. Okay, okay, so that means there should be some code where we are passing these preferences. These are some preference fragment. General settings, let's see what it looks like. Okay, these are all the types that are present here: general, reviewing, sync, and all these stuff. Developer option, custom buttons. Where is this custom buttons? Okay, I'm not sure where it is, but it is definitely not related to search. So we have to find where is this search bar, because that is definitely not inside of this. This is not inside of these classes. There's a parent class that can be responsible for this. Let us check. That is a parent activity. Activity aim to host a fragment on the entire screen. For that, it uses this, which has only a fragment container view. Useful to avoid creating an activity for every new screen. And can be used as a easy way to find. Okay, Sanjay, thanks for your advice, but we should not cheat. That is, I think, cheating for me if we are doing it live, and you, as a mentor for this project, is giving me hints. So that's not a good real, so that everyone can see how I am approaching this, how I am struggling to find the actual code where bug is present. So I will thank you for your advice, but I will still try to find it by myself of this activity. There is no search logic here, first of all, and it is just initializing everything in the on create. You can see here we are replacing it, but starts the first fragment, which by default it can be here. Let's check it. For loading the initial screen, we should have this initial fragment extra, which is our preference fragment. Okay, we are not passing anything here, so it is null here. We are not passing anything, so it is taking the default value as null, and this initial fragment extra is mapped to null, and then we are navigating with it. So probably it is null here. And we are moving to general settings. There is this search bar, but okay, here is the header. So search preferences, the key name is search preferences key, and that is present inside of this header fragment. When we are initializing, this is null, so we are falling into this, and if this is true, then we are going to header fragment, and here inside of it we are having this this search preference key. That is what we want, right? Okay, let's check how to configure this. What is this? TR, translation provider, translation provided by Rust backend. Okay, so for this, what we are doing, let's check if anywhere else this is present. Okay, it is present here in on view created. Use the same fragment container to search in case there is a navigation container. Okay, we are just setting the fragment to search into, so that is not I guess what we want. And here we are setting the configuration, so probably this is where we can find the code. or we can customize it at least. We are passing two arguments, and those are our activity and our search configuration from this. Okay, so inside of this we are having with search configuration. So this is a Kotlin function, and search configuration dot set activity, so we are adding it like this. Okay, so what is the use of setting this callbacks? Search preferences result listener. So this is what our activity is implementing. Search preference result listener, that is having this callback. Yeah, here is the callback. So let's check further. Breadcrumb, fuzzy search, history, indexes. Some preferences and categories are only shown conditionally. Okay, so we are adding more configuration to these to search from. Okay, what are these indexes? So that means we can search in this screen actually. In this screen, like preference, control, notification, journal, all these screen can be searchable, which can return us result for this search configuration. Okay, that looks like a very useful library. Okay, developer option is optional, and okay, Xiaomi restrictions can be there. That's a pretty heavy stuff done here. Okay, and there is no custom logic added for this search bar. Should we add it inside of this configuration? Let's see if this search configuration provides us some configuration for keyboard. Activity history, show search fragment. Nope, not nothing for a keyboard here. Let's see inside of it. There should be something related to IME action. Uh, it is not present here. That is byte hamster library. If we are checking it by ourselves, uh, So our code is not here. On create preferences, we can add the logic in our activity or inside of this preferences fragment. But what can be the right place to add, because the search bar can be only present inside of our preferences fragment, so we can add it inside of fragment. Start the first settings fragment, and what we have to check, we have to check only if uh, if the IME action done is clicked, only then we can hide the keyboard. But there should be some configuration, they should provide some configuration to change the IME action, but they are not providing. Okay, is there anything present from here? Title, extras, intent, is icon space selectable, single line title, summary. Okay, no, nothing related to IME action or keyboard. Key is present. What is that? I think that's related to layout key or something. Okay, so it is not present inside of this library. So we obviously cannot change library. So I think the only option is adding the keyboard logic here, and then we can listen to it. Okay, let's directly jump into searching for it, how we can do it. How to check if user clicked on IME done action in Android and do the work. We can search it on Google and on any AI platform. To check if done is clicked, what we can do is okay, there should be an edit text, but this is not our edit text, so we have to wait. We have to find some alternative. Set on editor action listener. There should be something related to editor action. Yep, they are also doing the same thing. Okay, it is not present here, so let me search preference, that is from the library, and we can also create an extension for this, but I'm not sure if that's going to be accepted, because we are only setting the, okay, we just set the view, we got the input type focusable, click listener, hint listener. I think, not sure, probably they won't accept if we are making changes to this search preference, because this might be used in a lot of places. Let's see. Yep, only one place. No, I think it is only one place. Okay, we can add the IME action ID, IME action label, IME options. Let's see if IME actions can be added here. No. Okay, so I think we don't have any other options but to override this search preference. Header preference is there, search preference is from the library. Let's just give it a blind try. I think this should work. We're getting the search preferences, that is a public variable. Okay, where is the get function? There it is. So that is a public function that will return us even if we are calling it from the children, and the rest of the things will work fine. And in the on bind we have to add a custom logic. In the on bind view holder, what we can do, we will not be able to access this. This search text won't be accessed, this edit text won't be present in our child class. Okay, there can be a possibility that we can know. Okay, there can be a possibility that there is some way we can get in this fragment if the keyboard is open and if the done is clicked. Let me search on the AI if there is any chances. Okay, AI suggested us some way. Maybe this can work. Let's create this class named settings search preference. Edit preference. What are the functions? Okay, yeah, that's a class. But we also need these constructors that are here. Okay, I think three constructors are there only. Yes. Okay. We can do it their way. Be an issue. Context attributes and this. Let's copy it, paste it here. Is JVM overloads. Okay, what is this JVM overloads? This will create all the overloads for these default parameters. And we are having default parameters. Take these three. Okay, so let's continue. So inside of our, where is this settings preference, there is only, so we can only add three, that is these three. Let's copy, paste it here, add a constructor, import this, and that's it. And let's add it here. Context attributes default style attribute. Okay, so now what we need is, we need to extend this by adding a callback, and a callback will be for on there should be some related to key. on attach, detach. Okay, there is the function on bind. First we will call super, and then we will get the input view. Okay, I am not completely sure if that will work, but logically it should work if there is no other roadblocks here. So we have to find the view by id. That can be a standard view. Yeah, it can be any type. And we cannot access this search card or search here. Okay, we don't know the key, so that will not work. Yeah. Maybe we can add a key listener. Let's try it. Okay, what is this pre-IME? On key up. Yeah, that is. What does it look like? It is having a on key function. Yes, view, key code, and key event. And here we have to return if it is true or false. And we will check if key code is equal to dot okay, that is what AI suggests. Key code enter, enter key. Then we will add a listener. Now we will create a custom one. Here on done action, that is it. We can remove this. Okay, we can maybe check something with event also. If event, let's first check this, and we are also gonna add a log here. Timber dot e with key code. So if we are entering in this, then a log will be printed with this class, and everything should be fine. Let's clear this, and let's add here settings search preference, and where it is used here. Okay, where we should add the callback. This will be setting search fragment, setting search preference. Let's see how many places it is being used. Two are the keys only, and this should also contain settings search preference. Where is it actually? It's inside on view created. We should also have it inside of on view created, and this is on create preference. That can be right place. Let's add of this, and settings search preference dot set key listener, and done. And this is what AI is suggesting. That is how we can close it. I can directly copy it. Now that should work. And here we will add settings preference on view created. Okay, what is the right place to add this callback? On view created, create preference. Okay, AI is suggesting that on create preference, but I think on view created, because here we have the access to this, and the callback should be added inside of it. Okay, let's see if that will work. We are let's just summarize all the things we have done. We have not done much, but it just looks like we have done a lot. We just added a callback to our settings search fragment, and that callback will be set here. And when we are calling on bind view holder, then on key listener, if that key is entered, that key is pressed, then we are gonna call on done, means we are gonna hide the soft input from window. So let's see if that will work. Let's run it, and I will wait till then. Okay, so our application is built and it's judgment time. Let's go to settings. Let's also add a locket and click, click, enter. It didn't work. Why? Let's check the locket. Where is our settings? Search preference. This should be called here. No, it is not called. This set on key listener is for hardware. We should have checked. We wasted our time. This will be called when a hardware key is pressed. Set. Okay, there should be some other listener here. On click listener. What is this? Let's check what are all these action move to the default type. Input method dot editor action. Okay, key event is not what we want. We need editor info dot ime actions. Be aware that other software input method may never send key events regardless of the version. Consider using editor actions like this if you need specific interaction. A soft input method can use multiple and inventive ways of inputting text. Okay, we have to we have to at last find this object, search card. Let's go to this library. Here it is, bytehamster.github. Let's go to the GitHub code for this library. Okay, there are other open source libraries that it is utilizing, and this uh, that is generally the problem with these libraries. They are not much like here it is having a great use case. It helps us uh, prevent a lot of boilerplate code. Let's go to the libraries, this file, search preference. Actually we need this, right? We need to find the search card. We can directly find the R. Uh, let's try to access that. We need this R resources from our search preference, but that is not directly accessible. To avoid any conflicts, let's see. Uh, let's check. Let's only depend on the code and not here. Okay, it is also checking from the holder only, right? Holder dot find view by ID. Let's add it here. Edit text. Okay, and now we can add the IME action listener. Let's get to the safe side. This can be nullable. If action ID is IME action done, we can handle it accordingly. And let's add this back here. Makes sense, fine. Let's add some logs. Timber dot. Let's add some custom name. Let's try to run. Only this should be the dot id dot search. Search card is also accessible. Let's see if that works. Now we have done everything right. Time to time for the judgment. Hi, it didn't work. Reason. Let's search. Is any text, so that is not null, but there is only one callback here. And the reason, because okay, so this line is fine. That means edit text is not null. We are successfully accessing it. IME action label. What is this pre-IME? Okay, called first. If we are calling this first, then that means we are adding a empty listener. If you are calling this first, then it should be working fine. And search functionality is not damaged. There is nothing changed in it. Let's go to settings. Let's write hi. Listener initiated. Okay, first the listener is initiated. Preference, we are setting the listener. And if edit text is then set app compared edit text. When we are clicking on the done button, then nothing is happening, and the reason is okay. I am it is 0 1 2 3 4. Set as view. This on the text view. Okay, this will be called when the enter key is pressed, or when an action supplied to an IM is selected by the user. Okay, we need a text view. Let's check the code, then only we will have more clarity. Where is this library? Since the editor type integer associated with the text view, method editor. Let's check what is the IME option. Then we are setting the IME option, and then we are doing this. Let's do it again, because here I can see this edit text having there is no IME action present here. We can add it here, but it is not present here. And yes, it is also not present inside of our code file here. So there should be some place where we have to set. Let's search for it. Listener added, edit text is 0, that means it was null. And let's check it again after this line. IME found on the text view means this. Let's run it. Hello. Okay, we are setting the IME options to done, and this is single line, and then we are setting the editor. Okay, and when the action ID is IME action done, we are closing the keyboard. It should be working. I'm not sure why it is not working. Let's see logs. Listener is added before it. After setting it is IME action is set properly, but IME action is not called. Let's add true here, else, but this is never present here. Yes. On editor action listener. This is the right function we are calling. We are not falling into this. Even if this is null, not add any callbacks. And on hide. Let's remove this. We don't need this function, so this won't do anything. We have to remove it. Let's check it if that will work. It didn't work. Let's check the logs. Action ID is not here still. It's a long time, but still like edit text editor listener is here, so it should work.